Hey guys, welcome back to another week of Cincy game hunting, and we're back at it again this week. We're not flea marketing this week. We're actually going back to the thrift stores and the retail shops and see what we can find. Gonna try and hit as many thrifts as I can this week. I've had a lot of bad luck in the recent weeks at thrift stores, so we're gonna try and turn that luck around, hopefully. And hey, let's see what we get. All right, as you guys saw, we stepped into St. Vincent de Paul real quick, and nothing on the wall really, but there was a couple of things in the glass case that I wanted to check out, and ended up picking up 3 games. 2 of them were going to be flippers. Seems to be a running thing now. I'm finding a lot more games that flip to GameStop than I am for games that I need for the collection, but hey, it is what it is. I can trade a couple of games into GameStop and get a game that I want. I'm down with that. All right, first of all, you saw it on the top of the shelf. They had Call of Duty Black Ops for $3. I'm down for that. You get about $8.80 for this over at GameStop. So that's more than a double up. That's kind of my goal. If I can get it for double up or more, that's what I'll trade for. If this game was like $5, I probably would have passed on it. But for $3, I'm totally fine with that. Also, underneath a pile, saw this. Black Ops 2. So this one was $5 though, but it trades for $13.20 for the pro membership. So again, more than a double up. I'm down to grab that Black Ops and Black Ops 2 for a total of $8, and I'm gonna end up getting over $20 in trade credit for. So awesome deal there. We found one game for the collection, and it was down with Black Ops 2 and that underneath that pile. Marvel Nemesis Rise of the Imperfects. Don't know anything about this game. I've actually never heard of this game before, but picked it up for $5. I think it's like a $10 to $12 game, nothing really special. But like I said, it's a game that I've never really heard of before, so you know me, I like those obscure games I haven't played yet, and it was in perfect shape. So $5 for that altogether. Spent $13 at the thrift store, got you know, over $20 in trade credit, and a new game for the collection. That'll work. All right, so we went into Goodwill real quick. Nothing really in the way of games in there, but I went up to the electronics wall. They had a controller, and it's one that I'd never come across before. It is a Steam controller, and it looks like it's in pretty good shape. It had a little bit of dirt on it, dust on it, whatever, but it wiped off pretty quick, and it was $5. Now, I'm not going to pretend to know much about this because I'm a console gamer. I don't really do the computer gaming, and Steam is mostly on PC. So yeah, I looked it up though, and this thing is about a $50 to $70 controller. More if it has the dongle, which this does not have the dongle with it, but it does have the batteries inside of it, and it does power up, so that's one thing. Anyway, said, if for $5, I was gonna give it a whirl. Like, if I don't end up using it, I can trade it in to a game store probably and get some decent credit for it. For $5, totally worth it. All right, we stepped into my local pawn shop down the street from my house, and I actually haven't had a lot of luck here recently. Pretty much the same stock all the time. Everything in the case, the glass case, is always $10, and everything on the back wall is like $5 or less. But weirdly enough, there was like random Xbox One games that were on the back wall today, so they ended up being $5. And I asked him, like, if these are on the back wall, are they $5? He said, yep. So, all right, we ended up picking up Grand Theft Auto 5, the premium edition, for $5. I think I might replace the version that I have. I don't think it's any different, honestly, than the one that I have, but yeah, the premium edition of Grand Theft Auto 5 for $5. If it isn't any different, I might just trade it into GameStop, because I think I get like $12 or something for it. So, and then Modern Warfare, the new version of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Again, $5 for that, and I think it trades in for like $13, so whatever. As you all saw, they also had a Super Nintendo Mini, a classic, which is the European model. That thing has been in there for over a year, and they have a $150 price tag on it. Now, I asked him, I'm like, are you guys firm on that price? It's been in there forever. And he's like, I can probably shave like $10 or $15 off it. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't know how long they plan on holding onto that thing for, but I don't think anybody's gonna pay $150 for a European Super Nintendo Mini. That's just me. All right, guys, as you saw, we stepped into the post office real quick, and we had a package. It's actually a trade that I had made with another YouTuber. Most of y'all know him. It's Caleb from Phoenix Resale. He had actually gotten a bunch of things in on a deal that he had made, I guess, and he posted it on his Instagram, and I saw the 2 games there that I really wanted to grab. So I asked him, hey, I would like to make a deal for this. I don't want to, buy stuff. I don't really buy stuff off of him very much. We usually just trade for stuff. So I told him, hey, I've got a sealed game that I think you'd like. And I showed him a picture, showed him all the seals were good. It's actually a game, you'll see it right here. I bought it at a thrift store for $2. It's Mario Galaxy on the Wii, and it's the original one, not the greatest hits, whatever they call it, for Nintendo Selects, if you will. So it was the original version, and it was in pretty good shape, and I know he loves to grab all the sealed stuff he can, because I think he likes to grade a lot of the stuff. So anyway, grading is a whole other ballgame altogether. We're not going to get into that. I'm sure plenty of other YouTubers have talked about it. I don't deal with that stuff. Anyway, so I traded him that Mario Galaxy, and he gave me 2 games plus another game that I asked him, hey, do you have another Vita game possibly in the stack somewhere that you might be able to throw in? He said yes, so we made that deal. The games we got in the deal: Borderlands 2 on the Vita. Vita game I didn't have yet, and he said just to sweeten the deal, he threw that in there on top, so I appreciate that, Caleb. Now here are the 2 games that I saw that he put on Instagram. Either 2 Wii U games that are fairly uncommon. I don't find them very often, and when I do, they're usually kind of expensive. Wii Party U. I found Wii Party before. I've never seen Wii Party U outside of maybe 1 or 2 game stores, and they're usually wanting like 60 or 70 bucks for it. So I was totally down to make this trade to get this for the Wii U collection. It's a party game, and like I said, I love playing all the games I can on the Wii U, and me and Andrew will have a blast with this one. The other one was another one that I never see out in the wild, even at game stores. I think I've seen it once at a game store, and it was missing the artwork and all that. Wii Sports Club. Now, people say that's not that uncommon, and I'm like, well, I mean, I don't ever see it, so it's uncommon to me. How about that? But it's a collection like Wii Sports. It's added an extra game to it. You have, you know, tennis, boxing, golf, bowling, baseball. So it is what it is. Like I said, a Wii U game, kind of an uncommon Wii U game to find. And yeah, I'm totally glad to make this trade. And like I said, he got a sealed Mario Galaxy, which I never plan on doing anything with. I already have another copy of Mario Galaxy, Mario Galaxy 2, actually, I should say. And I figured, why not? I will trade it to him. He can do what he wants with it, and I get 3 games that I want for the collection. All right, you guys saw we went into Cash America Pawn real quick. Their game selection was quite small today. Not a lot going on. They seem to have a whole bunch of Switches though. No Switch games, but a lot of Switches. Anyway, they actually had a couple of controllers in there too, the PS5, and they had an Xbox, I think it was an Xbox One controller as well. And they had a couple of Wii's, which they bundled up with some garbage games. I think one of them had Wii Sports with it, but they wanted 50 bucks for those, and I really don't need another Wii. I got one at my house, plus a backup if it ever breaks down, so I don't really buy extras if I don't have to. So anyway, I'm done rambling. We ended up picking up one game in there, and you guys might have seen it on the wall. It's a game you need to look out for, because for some reason, the Xbox One and the PS4 version of this game are still rather valuable. The Xbox One is like still a $50 game. It was up to like almost $100 at one point. But the PS4 version still goes for around between $35 and $40, so keep an eye out for that. It's Amazing Spider-Man 2 on the PS4. Now, this game was ported to almost every system imaginable, so it's available to play on a bunch of different things. I picked this up for 10 bucks because I figured, hey, a higher end version of this game to play on the PS4, on the PS5 even, so, and yeah, picked it up, like I said, 10 bucks. Alright, it's early on a Friday morning and I actually hit up a garage sale. I don't do it very often because I like my sleep. But now that my son's back at school, I can actually get up at a decent hour so I can try to hit a couple of them on Fridays. Anyway, this one had a good chunk of games there. They were all a bunch of stuff that you usually find at thrift stores that are like the lingering stuff, but I found a couple of things that I didn't have that I wouldn't mind grabbing. Paid $8 altogether. They were charging $2 a piece, but for 2 of them, I asked if they would do $1 a piece because they were just for my Wii U collection. I didn't really need to play them, but you know, to complete the collection, you gotta have them. So I paid $1 a piece for these 2. the Disney Infinity Collection ones. The regular one and the 2.0 version. It's $1 a piece, and I mean, they're just mainly to fill the collection. But I don't think I'm ever going to have Disney figures to play them. And yeah, but for $1 a piece, I'm fine. The games that I'm going to play, I found Operation Flashpoint on the PS3. Never played this game before. It looks pretty cool on the back. So yeah, for $2, definitely gonna give that a try. This game I've heard is not that great, but I've wanted to try it for a while. It's Aliens Colonial Marines. Like I said, $2, even if it's terrible, doesn't hurt me none. And the last one kind of intrigued me. It's like a Jet Moto type game. It's called Jet X2O. Is that like H2O with an X? Anyway, yeah, but it's like a, you know, jet ski racing game, and it looks pretty cool from when I saw it. And it was $2 once again. So altogether, I said $8 for 5 games. 2 of them being those Disney Infinity games, which, like I said, are just mainly to complete the collection. So when I can find those games like those in the SingStars and stuff like that, if I can buy them for $1, I'm gonna grab them. But yeah, super happy to be able to sneak over to a garage sale and find a couple things that I want to play. All right, we stepped into Meijer real quick, and actually, Meijer's been like a dead spot for games recently. Haven't really seen much coming up for clearance. Their game section has kind of gone dismal ever since they did the revamp of how they set up their stuff inside the electronics section. But we did find some clearance games today. They're all sports games, but this is kind of the time when I buy my sports games. I buy the last year's game right when the new one comes out, because you can usually get them for super cheap. So we ended up grabbing 3 games. First of all, we got NHL 21 on the Xbox One technically, but you can play it on the Series X, of course. But this is almost like $8, 73% off. All right, but yeah, always glad to pick up the next year's game right when the new one comes out, because you can get them for super cheap. That's what I do. Also grabbed FIFA 21, the Next Level Edition. Now this is the Series X version, so it'll be the next gen version of the game, and it comes with a bunch of extra content with it, but $10 for that one, can't complain. And we also grabbed the Madden 21 Next Level Edition for $10 as well. And like I said, this is a Series X version. There's no, I guess they only came out with this version of it for the Series X, so all the extra content included. So I'm pretty stoked to grab that for $10 as well, and upgrade my yearly sports games for $10 or less. Alright guys, last stop of the week, and as you saw, we stepped into a Best Buy. Funny thing is though, that footage is actually from about a month ago, because I actually found this on a deal a month ago or so, and I put it in the, I bought it and I got back to my car, I put it in the back seat pocket and forgot to do a wrap up on it. I was in a hurry to get somewhere and I just totally spaced on it, and the footage was still in my camera. I was like, oh, where did I put that game? And I found it today. All right, I guess it happens sometimes. Not to most people, but to me, I'm a scatterbrain. So anyway, as you guys saw in the store probably, the game we picked up was Cyberpunk on the Xbox One. This game has issues, as most people know. It's actually, the reason I bought the Xbox One version is because I guess the NPC count on the Xbox version is a lot higher. And like, if you buy the PlayStation version, like, it's like the city is like half the size, like nobody's walking around. It's like 5 people walking around, and this one's got like a huge bustling city. Don't know why that is. I just see a bunch of videos about how, for some reason, the PlayStation version, the non-playable character count is not very big. So this was only $10. Best Buy was doing a deal where it's for 10 days, they had a new game every day that was gonna be $10. Most of the games were like meh games that I didn't really care about. But this one popped up and I was like, you know what? $10 is the perfect price to grab this for cheap. And I mean, I can hold off for a little bit playing it because I can wait for the Series X upgrade for it. And Smart Delivery will just automatically patch it over. So, but yeah, Cyberpunk for 10 bucks. And the best part is, it wasn't just that. Best Buy threw in a Steelbook for free. So I got the Steelbook and the game for $10. That's pretty cool. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys coming by, check out the video. If you get a chance, like the video. If you get a chance, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate that so much. And until next time, keep hunting.